The reason I got so motivated when I started the gym 4 years ago is because I was so insecure about my physique. I thought every single bad thing that happened to me was because of the way I looked. Since I was overweight, I didn't really like the way I looked. I was insecure. I had no confidence. And so what I thought when I got into high school was if I bought fancy clothes or like proper clothes, it would just make it way easier for me to kind of like mask my bad physique. So I remember on a Saturday, just before school started again, going to the shops to a massive mall with my parents with the goal of buying new clothes. And I remember vividly that I wanted to buy a pair of jeans and they needed to be white. I don't know why I thought white jeans looked so good. So I went to H&M, which is like a massive clothes shop, with my mum, and I just started picking out clothes I wanted to try in the changing rooms. So I remember getting a white pair of jeans. And when I went in the changing rooms to try them on, I don't know if it's because I, just bought the wrong size or there were maybe a slim fit or whatever it was. But when I got on to putting the jeans on, it was so complicated. I literally took 2 to 3 minutes to put on the jeans. And what genuinely broke my heart and made me so motivated to work out is once I finally had the jeans on, after struggling for 2, 3 minutes and looking myself in the mirror, my love handles were literally overflowing from my jeans. And that's when I knew I couldn't mask it anymore. I couldn't hide my physique behind clothes, behind like fancy stuff. I had to make a change. And I remember literally walking outside, my mum being like, "Oh, how was the clothes?" And I was just literally nearly tearing up because I felt so insecure. And to be honest, even to this day, I've never hated my physique more than I did at that exact moment. And look, even if this story is quite sad, genuinely, the thing is, it changed my life forever. Like now it's 4 years down the line. I have close to the dream physique I've always wanted to. I feel aesthetic, I have abs, I have a good amount of muscle mass. When I go to the gym, I lift heavier than most people. I feel so confident, and that's all because that story happens. Because afterwards, I had no change, like no choice but to change. Because the pain of staying the same was more than the pain of training. Like no pain of dieting, training, consistency, saying no to like eating junk food, making sure I was getting my 8 hours of sleep. None of it could come close to the pain I had felt that day when trying on those jeans. So then no matter what I did, it was still better, easier than staying the same. Because I had what we call a fuck this event. So in a book, it's a theory where basically you only make a change in your life, a drastic change, when you have a fuck this event. So to put it simply, it's an event where you basically are fed up with your situation. Like it's just too much. Like you're at a point where, no, I have to change. I can't say like this anymore. And it doesn't have to be with your physique like it was for me. It can be your financial situation. Maybe it can be your partner, your friends, whatever it is. Something happens. It doesn't have to be a big thing. That's what's funny about it. But it just tips you over the edge where you're like, no, I'm done. Nothing can make me go backwards. I am done. I'm changing forever. I'm never going back. And that's what happened to me that day. And then getting motivation for working out never got hard. Because every single time I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. I want to go eat junk food. I can't be asked to train. I just thought back to that moment and straight away I had motivation. And I'm sure you know, doing something with motivation is awesome. Like everyone talks about discipline, which is good, obviously, because you can't always be motivated. But if you could always be motivated, you'd think would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, 100%. Everyone would like to be motivated all the time. Well, by thinking of my fuck this event that day where I tried on those jeans, I had unlimited motivation for like the first 2 years at the gym. Like every single time, it was so easy to be consistent because I just had to think back to that moment. And that's what I want you to do. For the next maybe 10, 15 minutes, you can pause this video, sit down, and something you want to change about your life, whether it's your physique, your fat percentage, you want to get down to a six-pack, you want to build muscle mass, be confident, fill out your t-shirts. Just think down for 5, 10, 20 minutes about one moment where you had enough. Because you can forget your fuck this events. Maybe you've already had some that could be enough to like create infinite motivation, but you just forgot about them. So sit down and think about one moment where you just had enough of your situation regarding a topic, whether it's the gym, your financial situation, your relationships, your friendships, whatever it is. Just think about it. And once you have that moment, every single time you lack motivation, just think back to that moment. And then you'll always have motivation. It will never be hard again to be consistent because you'll have an unlimited motivation source. And look, the thing is, most people, and I was the same when I first heard about this, I thought well, that's surely not good for my mental health. Like always thinking about something negative to get motivated. Yeah, but at the same time, the thing is, it sounds like it, but it's actually not. Because yeah, sure, for the first month or two at the gym, for example, you're gonna use that negativity. Yeah, fair enough. But then you start making progress at the gym because you're working so hard, your diet's on point, you're sleeping right because you have infinite motivation. And then you start making progress. You start maybe getting some veins on your arms. You maybe start seeing your abs for the first time in your life. Maybe you start, I don't know, needing to buy bigger t-shirts because your arms are so jacked. Whatever it is, you start seeing progress. So then you start being in a flow state. It's like a snowball effect where when you start making progress, then it's easy to go forward. I remember seeing this quote where it's never hard when you're winning. It's only hard when you lose. Like if you're winning, no matter what you need to do, it's easy to do. Look, if you used to play video games, for example, I used to play Rocket League. I was very good at the game, not to brag, but I was good at the game. And when I was bad, I started off, it was hard to like train. It was hard to like try and be better at the game. But when I started being good, then it was so easy to keep training because the more I got better, the higher my status got. And I knew I was good to start off, so I had confidence to train because I knew I had potential. Like it's never going to be harder than the beginning. So that means if you just for those first 2-3 months until you start seeing progress, you just use that negativity for motivation, then afterwards you can use positivity. So it's only for a couple of months. And the thing is, those months, since you're going to be so locked in with that infinite motivation, then you're not even going to see it go by. So basically, yeah, you're going to use negativity for like a couple of months. You're not going to see it go by. But if you think long term, it's for your own good. Like anything that's worthwhile hurts. Like when you start working out when you don't have a good physique hurts. It's so much more painful than when you have a good physique. So much more painful and so much more sluggish and like feels like this massive task because you know you're not going to be satisfied. Yeah, 100%. But when you're working out and you feel good and you look good, it's so super easy. So it's the exact same thing. Look, use that negativity, find your fuck this event for like the first 2-3 months of trying something, whether it's a gym, whatever. And once you start making progress, use that progress to kind of fill in the gap of motivation. And look, of course, no matter what I tell you, there is some days motivation won't work. I can give you all the tips in the book. Some days you're gonna need discipline, 100%. But the thing is, if you have a strong enough why, so I fuck this event, you have a strong enough progress, like snowball effect, you're in the flow, then discipline isn't that hard, is it? And the thing is, you need to be reminded more than you need to be taught. So in terms of discipline, I would suggest trying remembering, try telling yourself every day, every week, every month about why you're doing things. Like it's so easy to get lost in the loop of going to the gym, but you sometimes forget why you want to change your physique. You sometimes forget you fuck this event. You sometimes forget why you want to have a dream physique. Maybe it's a chocolate girl, maybe it's for your confidence, maybe it's for your self-respect, maybe it's because someone called you chubby when you were younger and it broke your heart, whatever it is. We forget. Humans forget so easily like this. So sometimes remind yourself of why you're doing things. Remind yourself why you're pursuing that goal. And I promise if you do, yes, you need discipline sometimes. That will never change, but you'll be able to like achieve that discipline so much more easier because you'll have so many tools with you. And I remember seeing this quote, and it's the same with this. It's, yeah, beating a bear with like a stick is hard, but beating a dragon with like a nuclear bomb 3 nations behind you is easier. So yeah, a dragon is harder to beat than a bear, but if your weapons are so much better, then the dragon becomes an easier target than the bear. So what I'm trying to say is if you build all these habits, all these skill sets, like I'm telling you, like you fuck this event, using progression as motivation, believing in the snowball effect, reminding yourself why you want to do well. Yeah, you still have to need discipline, but it will be so much easier to achieve because you'll have so many weapons that you can use to achieve discipline, to keep being motivated. And that's how genuinely I've been able to do over 1,200 workouts in the last 4 years, basically never missing a day. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I don't have the best physique on the internet, whatever. But I'm so proud of the transformation I've done because genuinely, back 4 years ago, I couldn't stick to anything. And now I'm the most consistent guy I know in the gym just because of what I've just told you now. So actually use it, and I promise if you do, your life will change because you'll actually make progress in the things you want. And if you have any questions whatsoever about this, drop a comment. I'm so happy to answer all of your comments, give you tips on how exactly I implement this in my personal life. And if you want to see more tips like this, drop the subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.